the mobile.
M0 SKV, GW1 SXT. Okay, Mark, yes, I stood by you. I just reduced power to 5 watts now. I realised that earlier on I was on 25 watts. I think this repeater could probably access it on half a watt from you over here in Wales, so it's such a good footprint, you know. But I reduced power from 25 to 5 now, Mark. So nothing's altered. I should imagine it's about the same audio, but here we are. And I guess you were tanked up now.
Yeah, all is good now. So got a few more miles to run away around with now, so that's good. Yeah, well, the signal I'm getting from the repeater at the moment where I am is dreadful, but that's and I'm quite close to it as well. But I'm tucked right under the Mendips, so I'm actually too close to it. So the further I get away, the better it will get. But I'm going up onto the motorway and going north, so it won't be a brilliant place that I'm going to on the motorway either. It goes around the back of the Mendips around there, so anyway, never mind. That's one of those, isn't it? It can't be perfect everywhere, can it? I think it's good enough the way it is. We're spoilt, kind of, really, the way it works. Well, it's on high power anyway, so it should be fine. I wonder if you worked any radio over Christmas and New Year. You got up to much, Mike? Go ahead.
GW1 SXT returning. Well, I worked a couple of local stations on you. I worked Adrian and all your IQJ and a few of the other lads on you, Jeremy up on the Mendips there. Did have a go on HF. Worked into Russia on R17 and Croatia. Serbia on 20 meters, a Yankee Tango. So there we are. I've been having a nose on HF today. Not much, very little going on today. There was an EW in Belarus on 20. There's a Greek station on there as well. But I didn't bother working them or having a go at them. But it seems a bit flatter today, condition-wise, HF, you know. But that's the sort of thing I've been getting up to. Oh, I did work into Poland as well, I forgot to mention now, didn't I? And an Echo Alpha. That was just before Christmas, though. From GW1 SXT. Not boasting, just in general where I work, you know.
Struggling at the moment with a repeater. It's going to get pretty awful along this road, along the see how we get on with it for the time being anyway. It will get better. Just heading in towards Bristol. Right around the wrong side of the Mendip Hills. Could do with a repeater for the repeater. Anyway, there we are. Over, trying to think. It was that strong, so it was incredible. It was a good event that went on. When I worked, not massive distances really, but the signals were phenomenal all round England, Wales. Didn't work Scotland, worked Channel Islands and down into France as well. but I didn't really turn the beam round into Europe until the latter end of the time that I was out. I went out portable, a little play then. Other than that, I finally built my HF ATU. I don't know if it works yet, because I've not tried it, but I actually built the damn thing. So I shall try that out shortly. I mucked around with the computers trying to get it connected up to the radio and failed. So, but other than that, I've done some things that I just haven't had the time to sort out. M0SKV mobile.
0 SKV mobile, GW1 SXT. Oh, well, it kept out the mischief, see, Mark, that's the thing. ETUs, yeah, they're not that. Which had plate and load on it. A valve transceiver Yisu. That was my first ATU. Beautiful piece of kit. I think I still got it here somewhere. And I bought another ATU then, an MFJ 941 Echo, a Versatuner 2, and that seems to be pretty good tuner. And I use that on the ICOM, but I never tried to make one, to be honest with you. The switch inside of it and all that, the inductance and all that, getting all that right, and playing around with that side of it. I'd rather just go and buy one, you know, but yeah, I think it's good fun if you can make one. And once it's set up, of course, it's all right, isn't it? You can use it okay. But yeah, I've had two tuners here, as I say, but they've all been commercial stuff, you know, the FC707 and the MFJ. But never had a go at construction there, Marco.
Well, I've had the bits and bobs for it for ages. It was just a matter of sitting down and getting one or two other little bits and pieces I needed and doing it. So there we are. Anyway, excuse me a sec, sorry, we've just got the phone ringing a second. Within a moment.
Hi, Mark, probably the boss I expected. GW1 SXT, stand by.
Right, okay, Mike, so I'm in a really, really, really bad place for the repeater now. It just gets worse and worse. I've only got about S1 for me. Right, I'm back again. Hopefully the phone will stop ringing.
GW1 SXT, we're sounding pretty good at the moment, Mark, wherever you are. I still got you fully quiet then. The box is end stop this way anyway, but that's only because of the reflection off the box coming over to Wales here. But you end stop Q5, I meant, on audio, so no problem. Yeah, is it, when I was driving, they used to phone me up on how long I'd be and where I was and all that sort of thing. It's a bit of annoying after a time, doesn't it? They even give me one of these headset things, you know, hands-free things. They say, you've got no excuse now not to call us. There's someone at the door, Mark. I think I'll have to go anyway, so I'll catch you further down. I'll go and see what there's a sec.
Yeah, go on. Yeah, no problems. It's a lot better now anyway. I'm just coming in towards Whirl, Western, on the outskirts of Weston-super-Mare at the minute. So it's all going to get a little bit better from this point onwards. So it's just gone past an amateur. There's wires and everything all over the place. Like a cobweb. Right, okay, mate. Yeah, good to talk to you, and enjoy the rest of your afternoon. And well, I'm sure we'll speak again soon anyway. GW1SXT from M0 SKV Mobile. Cheers for that.
GW1SXT, yeah, okay, Mark, yeah, I got to disappear a minute. I'll try and pick it back up with you another time. If I don't catch you today, I'll catch you a bit later on. And thanks for the matter, Mark. I have to go, unfortunately, but I'll catch you soon.
Cheers, mate. 73 M0 SKV, go back to monitoring.
FM Martin in Glastonbury.
Afternoon, Martin, and Happy New Year to you. How are you doing?
Not too bad. Actually, I think I'm dying of a cold.
As you cough and splutter your way through, I'm fine, Doctor, thank you. Oh dear, it's a good job that viruses can't, can't be given over the radio. That would have spluttered itself across half of the southwest. I know how you feel anyway. I virtually lost my voice over Christmas. It all kind of started when I went to the company party, and it got worse. For two or 3 days, I could barely talk above a squeak. Much to everybody else's delight, I must admit. Anyway, Martin, over.
Well, that's precisely what we've had, both the X-Rail and myself. And then a week later, I went down with it. It is a virus, much like you, sore throat, voice disappearing. It's not as bad as flu, but it's been quite debilitating. And in fact, you're the first person I've spoken to, I think, for some time. I've been listening, monitoring, but today is the first day that the voice is holding up well enough for me to be able to risk talking. Not too bad. Hope we've had, despite the virus, that you've had a good set of year-end celebration.
Yeah, it's not been too bad actually. It's not been too bad. So Thursday before went off to Surrey, to Camberley. That's where head office is, so I went over there and company conference in the afternoon, and then the well, it was supposed to be quite civilized, but it wasn't. Party afterwards, which went on until about 4 o'clock in the morning, I think it was. And there's one or two people that should have turned up in work the next day and didn't. So yes, it was good fun. It was a lot of good fun. And then I came back, and then the next day went up to the Cotswolds until the day after Boxing Day, and came back, and then I had a few days bimbling around at home, just a bit of peace and quiet, and being rather lazy, and which was quite good, because it gave me a bit of time to actually work on one or two little radio projects that I've had sat around doing nothing for a long time. Which I've achieved quite a lot. There's still one I need to actually sit down and work on, which probably isn't going to happen now for a wee while, but you know what they're like. They sit there and look at you, don't they, these little projects, and they get done in the goodness of time. You can't rush perfection. That's my excuse, at least, anyway, Martin. Over.
Yeah, all understood, Mark. And yes, that party sounds like the sort of party I used to have. About 50 years ago. I've almost forgotten what they're like these days. Yeah, it all understood on the projects. Beam up in the air, horizontally polarized. Must be for about a couple of years now. Still haven't got round to it. And that's one of the things I want to plug myself into, but I just don't seem to get round to it in the middle of winter.
Strange that. I wouldn't like to be mucking around with it. No, I love VHF. It appeals to me a lot, and I went out. It was last Wednesday, I think it was. Yeah, 6 days ago. Went out portable on 2-meter SSB. I've built a 6-element Yagi latter end of last year. And I've used it a few times at home, just temporarily put it up and used it, but I've never used it out portable, which is what I built it for, really. So I took that out, and I had a whale of a time, absolutely fantastic. The dropo was up like you wouldn't believe, a massive lift. So it was working all over the place. So it was good fun, and it was very, very active. In the time that I was out, I logged about 45 contacts. So that's good going. And there's organised activity sessions on Monday night, Friday night, and also on Wednesday morning as well. So here we are. And there's the diehards that have been around for a long time that are still active. But it's quite interesting. I enjoy it. It's quite amazing what you can do when you start going beam to beam with 50 odd watts or more on VHF. It's amazing what you can achieve, so it's good fun. And plus anyway, with it being VHF, you can go a little bit mad with antennas.
Well, when I was first licensed, I had no interest in VHF, UHF. In fact, I wasn't even going to take out a UHF only license at all, but because I was living on the Isle of Skye at the time, and there were a few amateurs down in Fort William, over in Inverness, etc., who really wanted to be able to make contacts on 2 meters, I eventually gave in, and so for the 6 months before I took the CW exam, I was on 2 meters, and found, to my surprise, that I loved it. It was fantastic. Ended up with a 9-element tonner. The home QTH was useless for 2 meter until I discovered auroral propagation. So I used to go out portable, and I really could not believe what I could do with 10 watts, sitting about 800 feet above the sea and going straight down towards Ireland, Anglesey, Wales, northern France. And because I couldn't afford a linear, it was never more than 10 watts, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I've been, that was almost 40 years ago. I've been musing over that quite a bit lately and thinking, yeah, I'd like to get back to doing a little bit of that, because it was huge fun at the time.
Oh, it is. I find it quite fascinating. Knocking around. Be it a morning or an evening temperature inversion as the sun rises or sets. Those events really. It's fantastic. So there's always a little bit of tropo enhancement. But last week was full on tropospheric ducting. It was outstanding. I spoke to a gentleman who called me, and the guy, I'd never received a signal so strong in my life. There was no loss in signal between us at all. It literally was full scale. It was 60 over 9. That's what the contact was either way, and he was about 120 miles away. That was quite incredible. I was reasonably speechless, which is a little bit unlike me. So that was brilliant fun. I enjoyed that. There was another chap. So, well, one end of the S meter to the other. I spoke to another chap that was virtually on handheld, and he was over 100 miles away, 2.5 watts, obviously. Nice bit of high pressure that we had that was stuck over us for a few days. TSS 94. But just absolutely perfect radio conditions. And that's kind of what you live for, really. I've not worked any sporadic-y on 2. Worked it on 6, but never worked it on 2. A little bit more difficult on 2, isn't it? But I live in hope, anyway. The only problem that I've got is work keeps on getting in the way, Martin. M0 SKV Mobile.
G5FM returning. Yeah, work does tend to do nasty things like that too, but I haven't worried about that for over a decade. I just get up and play radio whenever I feel like it. Middle of the night, middle of the day, who cares? Yeah, sporadic-y is very rare, but other strange modes of propagation I got used to on Sky. Oh dear, the most amazing was once when I put out a CQ call, not expecting anyone to come back, because there was no one within 100 miles of me up on Sky at that time, late 70s. And the station came back, and I knew he lived in Aberdeen, so I thought, well, you got to be visiting. Went back to him, asked him what he was doing over our side of the country, and he was in Aberdeen. And that's from the far west of the Isle of Skye over to Aberdeen, which is about as far across Scotland as you can go, 200 miles at least, with something like 4,000 feet of Cairngorms in between, you know, so what was happening there? Disappeared just as fast as it arrived, but I got used to lots and lots of events like that. And another one we got used to there was random reflections from aircraft. We were underneath the flight path of, I don't know what it was, coming from Canada over to the UK, and we had lots and lots of very short, very brief reflective bursts, which must have been from aircraft, which were huge fun, actually. Anyway, I'm going to have to make this my final, as I've got to go off here suddenly. So thanks for the natter, and you've encouraged me to get a bit closer towards putting up the beam. M0 SKV G5 FM. Cheers, Mark.
Okay, Martin, no problem. Yeah, go on, get it up there. Do it. Do it, do it, do it. There's still, you know, some good opportunities for Troppo right the way up until really the end of spring, isn't it? Then into sporadic season, and then, yeah, so it's amazing what you do it. But airplanes scatter. They actually did a test of the International Space Station. I think it was scatter off that, and there was a sked arranged. Was it that, or was it airplane scatter? I can't remember now. But it was North America to Europe. That was a pre-arranged sked where you got very small window to make the contact, but they did it. I think they used Digimode for it, and there was a media scatter, and then moon bounce. It's all very possible. It's a brilliant band. I love 2 meters. Right, okay, I'll let you go. Otherwise, I'll be rabbiting on forever, and you won't get anything done. Cheers for now, Martin. Good to speak to you again. G5 FM M0 SKV mobile.
Okay, Mark. G5 FM.